I'm Brendan. I'm playing Sterling Reynolds, the human commander.
My name is Amber Rose, and I'm playing Beatrice Adley Matilda Francesca Solomon Smith. She is a wood elf occultist.
Hello, my name is Jeffrey Hodge. I play Robinil Rockapace, a wood elf bard.
I'm Daniel, and I run the wood elf monk named San Gomez Maxillian, the friendly neighborhood medicine man gypsy.
Hi, I'm Vivian, and I play Mae Brienne Shergo, the Go Get 'em Crow.
I'm Corey. I play Eduardo Delamonte, the Wood Elf Ranger.
I am Trevor. I am the GM for this 13th-page campaign.
Who wants to recap the last two sessions for Daniel?
I did that.
I will!
You know what? I want to hear this.
Okay, so, when last I was here, there was this family of flesh golems with creepy speakers in their chest.
Yep.
Thanks to my endeavors, we slaughtered them all, and I rescued the princess, who was actually a dragon shape changer in disguise, who actually became our next boat, which was actually an aircraft.
Nice.
So we're now actually flying above the high seas.
Nice.
I've become a
Clearly
vampire.
not magic.
Everyone else is now werewolves.
You wear a trench coat and have a katana.
Yes, 3 katanas actually.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, they're actually duct taped together.
You have a gun.
You have like a scar down one eye.
Do you have a gun duct tape onto one of those katanas? So it's like a gun blade. It's like,
Accident.
I took the katanas, put them into a.
Did the triple scar come as a result of trying to duct tape the katanas together?
No, that actually.
If anyone
came
asks, no.
from my demon half brother who ripped one of the katanas off and slashed me with it while we were fighting to the death.
While falling from the aircraft, right?
Yes.
In the ocean? Yeah, alright, of course, I remember now. Does anyone want to go over what actually happened?
okay, so
That's you were drunk on the beach. That's what you remember happening.
yeah, so
we actually left him at the town.
he took care of the golems. No, so we went up the tower, we found Franklin, and tried a little bit to get us to see.
You tried so hard.
I said a little bit.
Hey, can we see your experiment? It's really not a great idea.
All right.
No. Alright, we'll just steal it then.
So then we tried to steal it. We got caught.
Maybe explain why you're there, what you want it for.
Well, okay, well,
the closest thing to an actual argument you made was by saying that running lightning through it would make it blow up, and he's like, no, that doesn't make any sense. This thing's a sturdy thing.
So
Yes, until you run lightning.
we needed the orb for Sangamas, and then we we tried to steal it. He caught us. Luckily, we locked the kid in the bathroom and proceeded to murder the mother and then the son and then the father. So that the
son Hulk punched his way through said door.
Yes. So then the father witnessed us murder his undead family, and then
Not murder.
Clarify.
Deanimate.
deanimate his undead family.
Legally, this is an important distinction.
Yes, and then so we took the orb, we stripped the tower of scrap metal to armor our ship, and then the storm had dissipated at this point, so we took Vala with us, who was a spirit of attraction. Then we proceeded to try and sail our way back to what's the town called? Lockstock. And then on the way though, or when the storm cleared, a bunch of ships showed up because they're like, oh, the storm's cleared around the place that always has a storm. That's interesting. And then
We should see if there's stuff to take.
yeah, and then
Hey, there's a ship leaving, and it's covered in cool stuff.
then we proceeded to use Vala's magic to help protect us, but hopefully nobody really noticed.
I rolled skullduggery for the crew, and they looked pretty good.
Yeah. So then we managed
I think
to
it was
get
the wind.
away, got back to Lockstock, sailed around the back to meet up with the snake people, and delivered the orb to the temple. However, inside the temple was a giant snake and a bunch of golems waiting for us. We managed to beat them,
They
and
weren't golems, they were
elementals, right?
snake elementals.
There were actually also golems, you just didn't fight any. The snake people were fighting them.
Oh, okay.
Yay!
So then we slotted the orb back in. Sangamas is no longer insane and is actually a healing creature and gives all.
Sangamas is his name.
Yeah.
Right.
Sobek.
Sobek.
Are you saying
S's
he's
are
not a healing creature?
S's are the same. Sobek is a healing spirit and managed to give us all a heal full heal up.
Well, actually, I don't think we went into detail about that. We sort of just cut it right after we won the
got it.
battle.
Yeah. You won a battle.
So I
you
stagger in, smelling of rum, whiskey, and shame. What I miss?
Some urine. or is that part of the general balloon of shame?
Oh,
No, you see,
super
he
unpleasant.
was underneath
Or is
the
that
top
pride?
of the bookshelf
A little bit of
this
both.
entire time. He has no idea how he got there.
We're still on the island, right?
So yes, there was a strange floating pyramid thing, which is where the crystal got slotted. Once they did, the thing started folding back up. Mabriam, the one who actually stuck it in there, something lifted her up and carried her off of it and set her down.
What a new experience.
Yes, actually, it would be.
Hey!
Wait. And we also spent 30 minutes discussing how to send a message
Yeah.
to the Commodore.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, that was.
It was
Probably
only
my fault.
on editing. I think it was only like 15 minutes, but yeah,
It wasn't really
it
long.
was an excessive amount of
We're
time.
like, how do we get this message to him? I'm like, guys, it's a fucking message. Just send it. Let's go.
It didn't help when I repeatedly put it. I'm like, you could just send like one of your crew to go do that. Like, he's not gonna screw that up. Carry this and hand it to the Commodore,
Or will he?
or you could, send that bird that talks.
That's pretty great.
Of course, we also had this big argument about whether to land somewhere.
Yeah, whether or not to
Yeah.
land and try and go through the town.
But that was a legitimate argument.
Because the town's
Yeah,
corrupted.
it's surprising. I'm the wisest guy here, but no one trusts me.
I mean, that's not.
You say
It's not surprising.
surprising.
It's not surprising.
Okay, I'm sorry. What's
Like
your wisdom score?
it could be ironic.
It's 16.
18. Suck it.
Hey, you're not even the wisest guy on my sheet here.
Like,
Still, it's a valid
surprising would mean that you have a history of making smart.
This is more your classic stopwatch is right twice a day kind of thing. Because yes, you did avoid a fight actually by going
Yes,
down.
it was a very good
Yay!
decision. I
Yes.
agree.
So we're still in, like, the snake temple thing?
You're in the
Yeah.
stone temple, yes.
Yes.
As the pyramid snaps together, all the lights in the room go out, including the ones you were carrying. You are now standing in total darkness. Any of you doing anything about that?
Vala, what's going on? In mental speak.
Darkness.
You mean your torch?
Yes.
Ow! Ow!
Wait, why is it burning?
It's smoldering.
I hide. No,
Hey, did someone turn out the lights, or did I just suddenly go blind?
Wait, so clarify, we had torches, but now we can't see them?
But Vala, what's...
Yeah, it just went dark.
Wait,
But the torches are
how
still
is it still
lit.
dark? There's a
Yeah.
hole in the roof.
I hide.
Magical darkness.
Vala, what the hell's going on?
At this point, two very large, floating red eyes. They're about this big.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Evil!
Open in midair and look at you.
Hi, hello?
Hello.
Am I hidden yet?
Why do you sound like Batman?
Don't you know I
Known as Sobek,
Oh, alright.
know it's a nice thing.
Watcher in the darkness,
Okay.
Lord of Sun,
That's why you sound like Batman.
Master of all that bleeds.
Are you the hero we need?
No, but he's the hero we deserve. Yes. Yes, he is.
Okay, I'm gonna stop with that joke now.
At this point, you hear Vala, and she goes, "Sobe!" He goes, "Oh, come on, not in front of the mortals." Oh.
Ah, don't worry about it. We already know about this.
It's okay, we can't see anything anyway.
You hear something that sounds like hair being ruffled.
Stop.
One of the eyes is sort of closing slightly, like, eh.
Hey, I think he has a smudge on his face. You should lick it off.
Thank you for freeing me and for returning my blood.
Treasure? Pass
You're
it
welcome.
I can reward you with
With what?
out. I'm listening.
Yes.
it is that in my state. The lights actually start to come on a bit again. There's just a
Oh, thank
ball
God, I
of
can see.
darkness around that little triangle in the middle of the room.
So, Robinell assumed he was in the darkness in private with everyone.
Pants are off, arms nearly around Psychopath.
We discussed this.
It's exactly what it looks like.
Right.
Bring him to the brig.
No,
Have
that's
a
the
break.
first place we go.
Bring him to the kitchen.
Also, his brig is probably his bedroom at this
Yeah.
point.
It's his own dungeon.
It has a lot of restraints in it, but none of them look terribly functional.
But yeah, underneath the
There's a lot
sheet
of
that's
paint
keeping
in
track
here.
of all the money
real-
that Eduardo
real
owes
stained.
the ship, there's also like a list just as Robbie, and like it just has a whole bunch of strikes underneath it. She flips it out and just adds another one.
Moral failing clause in this contract. You're just constantly kicking yourself you didn't include one of those.
When it comes time for review, there will be amendments to the contracts.
Yes, the quarterly review will obviously have.
Oh, you've been sailing with her for like half or more, almost 3/4 of a year now.
Oh.
She does quarterly reviews, it's just no one reads them. There's like 3 of them sitting on your desk.
Oh no, I
Collecting
so
dust.
I get
I've been
them.
wiping my
I get
ass
them.
with.
I'm like, oh yeah, oh it's in the inbox. Out.
Flip through it,
that's
hang it
what
on
they
a
were?
nail in the latrine.
I thought it was just paper put underneath clearance.
It's got writing on it, so it has something to read.
What's a memo? You keep giving me these. I don't know what they are.
My name's not Mimo.
I've got this funny feeling that somewhere along the lines, Beatrice is gonna snap and become the new villain.
Of course, Beatrice loves me.
I mean, if you eventually do address this issue with the captain, I'm like, all right, I do have my captain duties, so I'll read them.
Of course, she's jealous because she keeps telling me to stop sleeping. with
Actually,
the rest
no,
of the
I'm
crew.
from the military. I would read them.
Yeah, you're probably the only person on the ship
Yeah.
who has ever read one.
Yeah, because like, otherwise I would have been beaten by my commanders. Just like,
And you're constantly confused why when you mention something on it, no one else seems to have any idea what
Yeah.
you're talking about.
yeah.
Lost it in the wind.
Did no one read the dossier?
All right, so Sobek, what did you do while you were crazy? Because do you have memory of that?
While I was struck with madness, I appear to have destroyed much of my reading material and my scrying.
So that's what that was.
I
Beatrice
mean,
makes sense.
we got a
It
repair
appears
guy
some of
here.
my collection survived, though. A few items I could gift you if you're willing to take them.
Sure. Also, if you would like us to help with the scrying pool, we might be able to help.
You can look over, there's a thing that's like a wooden frame with a stone bowl in the middle of it, which is like shattered, water pooled everywhere. You're like,
I think it's
I
a
mean,
take a while.
You just need a stone bowl?
There's a bunch of little sigils and stuff scribbled on the inside of it.
Oh, I can't
It's
do that.
some
No.
sort of magic thing.
nah, we can't do that.
I can fix it myself in time.
fascinating.
Just like,
Strange, though. Most mortals are not willing to accept magical gifts these days.
That's not
Yeah,
as much of an issue with
there's a thing that happened to us.
Certain lack of trust in the spirits.
us. As more a certain lack of control on
Sobek,
magic.
can you hear this in the brain
Yes.
speak? Yeah.
I think we established.
And then, well, no, I'm not sure if he knows. So
Okay,
it's
fair
like,
enough, fair enough.
so in the brain speak, like, yeah, this is why. Brain speak.
And that is not magic.
Well,
then what is it?
If you have some
That
information,
is a product of the Lemurian invention.
yeah.
I'm not certain exactly how it works.
I don't.
Apparently, it also suppresses craziness.
Yes.
Yeah, my cloak was supposed to make me eat people, and it
Yes.
doesn't.
I don't suppose
Magic of the world comes from the spirits. When the spirits went mad, magic went mad.
that makes
The shards
sense.
are infused with essences of law and control and order. They suppress madness of spirits and compulsions of magical items.
Spirits naturally crazy then?
Yeah. Well, no, now they are. Now they are.
Do you happen to know anything about that? Why that went down?
I'm not certain exactly what drove the spirits mad, but I do know it must have been a powerful entity of chaos to be able to affect all of them at once.
A bigger spirit.
Sounds like somebody committed a terrorist act.
One thing you do remember is when you defeated that avatar thing of Sobek, it broke into 2 clouds. One was a cloud of green stuff right toward the altar. The other was a weird cloud of black mist that flowed out through a wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
disappeared.
Hey, Sobek, what was that?
What was what?
The cloud that floated away, because the green cloud, I'm assuming, is you.
When we defeated
You would suspect he doesn't have a memory of that,
Okay. Vala, you
having been insane at the time.
Vala, you saw what we saw, right?
I don't know what that was.
Okay.
I don't
Follow it.
Some sort of
You should bottle it up.
entity.
Maybe you think maybe that the other entity that floated away was trying to use Sobek for
nefarious purposes.
yeah, nefarious purposes.
It might have been part of whatever's affecting spirits.
Maybe we can make magic come back.
Could be.
Would the world just go crazy?
Well, no, then we could theoretically drain the oceans a little bit and get more land.
Let's go
Should be
find
nice.
Lemuria before we kill a dog.
No, I'm not saying all the
Let's
way.
just,
Hold off on that.
buckle our pants before we put on our big boy pants.
I'm not saying all the way. I'm just saying it might be a possibility. And
Something to consider.
How would we know if
I'll
the
just,
world is
I'll
better
just
after?
write this down here on the list of things to discuss later. Mimes writing.
Exactly did you do by that?
A few artifacts that are still in my possession that got destroyed during my throws. I'm not certain how resistant you are to them. So,
Well, give us a shot.
hey, you can trust us. We're not crazy.
those of you who
But, so,
don't already have such an influence. And Vala actually enchants your guitar.
Magic guitar.
The strings of the Stone
Electric guitar?
Sovereign.
Feel free to read out what your items do.
Alright. Your beloved instrument has become enhanced with additional properties courtesy of Vala's powers. The strings of it now hum quietly even when you are not actually playing it. Occasionally it even plucks a simple tune by itself. You gain a +1 attack and damage rolls to bardic spells when using this instrument. And the show must go on. Daily, free action. Reroll a failed attempt to sustain a bardic song.
Nice.
Curse, you eat continually until it kills you.
Nice.
Did you work out the joke of that title?
Oh, rock gods?
King of Rock.
Yeah.
And it makes you eat until you die. Yep.
What's yours?
Oh, mine is the coat of the Lost Fleet's admiral. This pea coat is deep blue in color and bears a small insignia on the left breast in white thread declaring its wearer to be part of something called the 33rd Fleet of the Evening Tide, which you've never heard of. Shadows,
Nor have any of you.
Yay! Shadows seem to pull toward and congeal around this coat, leaving you in a cloak of darkness. While wearing this armor, you gain a +1 bonus to your AC. As long as you're in the shadows at night or underground or indoors and away from light sources, blah blah blah. It confers an additional +1 bonus to AC. AC bonus reduced to 1 while in direct sunlight or next to a light source. Curse!
So if you're in direct sunlight, it basically ceases to do anything.
That's fine. I'm normal
The
then.
curse is amazing.
Yes. What is the curse? Why do you read that
I
out?
begin walking in a straight line and don't stop. Typically, this eventually results in you walking into the sea and drowning.
Yeah,
Yep.
short walk off a long pier.
Yep. Off some cases, a very long pier.
So I've got the bangle of the salubrious serpent. I had to Google what salubrious meant, and it is health-giving. So this item resembles a long serpent that has wound its way around your wrist in loops and ends in an emerald-eyed head biting its own tail. Occasionally, it moves on its own. I just feel like, your bracelet just moved. Optical illusion.
No. You're crazy.
Yeah, no, you're crazy. Kill him.
It has two features, give and take.
Yep. It has 2 powers.
Give is a quick action. One nearby ally regains hit points equal to 1d4 times your level, and the take ability of this item recharges. As a free take, as a free action, you score a critical hit with an occultist spell, and the effect, is the target takes additional poison damage equal to 1d4 times your level, and the give ability of the item recharges. I do like that this goes back and forth.
So basically, it never recharges on its own. It just cycles between which one you can activate.
I do enjoy that.
You may choose which of them you want to currently have active.
I will start with give.
Okay. What's the curse?
I'm jealous of your pea coat.
The curse is you take ongoing 5 poison damage with no save as the item bites into your skin and it becomes extremely difficult to remove.
It just starts poisoning,
Yep,
which
it's
will
just
pretty
like,
much
ow,
eventually
ow,
kill you.
ow.
Get rid of it.
I'm just imagining like this cute little snakehead, but it's just so determined. It's his one job. He's going to do a damn good job at it.
Can you hear the this torch? No.
Why would you even
Get
ask
it
such
away!
I smack it out of the hand and goes out on the floor. Ha
a and away?
And what's the curse on that one?
I
You walk
just
straight
walk.
in a straight line
I hope there's a wall in front of me
until
when I'm
it
doing
probably
it.
kills you.
See, my curse is actually not that bad. I just become a
just
giant
have a
asshole.
wall. Guys,
So if she starts walking a straight line, we have to like just like stand in front of her.
Yeah, you become a sadist, basically.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's not the worst thing to be.
Not to you.
They'd be dead if their curse is activated, so
and there's
lot of
no
them.
wall in front of me.
mine's not that bad. Considering.
Yeah, no, you just murder everybody else instead.
You know, my curse. I can
I don't have to
still
murder
survive
you
it as long
guys.
as I'm
I
kept
just have to
away
murder
from food.
somebody. You know, just make sure there's somebody to like. We'll store
Just
somebody in the
make
brig.
sure you never
I'll
get
go down
rid
there
of
like.
at the same
I'm
time.
like, I'm satisfied.
Treat people continuously until you die.
Oh Jesus!
Put all of those on him. And then add yours.
Yeah, so he'll butcher them while alive and like, ow.
And his, so you have to drown them first. Specifically.
Jesus Christmas.
No, you gotta get your item, Daniel's, yours, and yours, so that you're a horrible dick who just walks along murdering and eating people. That eventually walks into the ocean and dies.
Yep. No, you take Corey so that he also walks on the water.
So you just are a scourge of the universe for the rest of the time.
Yes.
But you can only walk in a straight
Perfect.
line, so you just basically keep looping around. They just become
Yep.
like this unpassable
It becomes
spot.
this sort of equator of terror.
Yeah.
Like every 200 years, this guy comes around and just eats you.
They call him the Bloodwalker. The seas are red beneath his feet. The only reason you don't die of overeating is because you don't run into enough people while you're walking. Keep
Yeah,
stubbornly.
I'm also a bard, so I'm
They keep stubbornly walking a couple of feet to the left. You're like,
Oh no, my
people
one
who
weakness.
But of course,
Lateral
make
movements.
sounds so they can hear them coming.
Yeah, it's playing. It's playing the Walk of Life.
anyway.
Thanks, Sobek.
Yay!
There are some things I can still tell you. One is of great importance.
Okay. Clipboard comes out.
It would actually be faster if I showed you.
Yay!
At this point, all of you get a weird ass vision.
Yay! No one's seen one of these in a while.
My
I bet.
retinas.
In this vision, you are viewing an open section of ocean. You don't recognize where exactly, at which point a great explosion erupts from under the sea and sends massive tsunamis across the entire world, devastating all the landmasses that still remain. And then the vision passes.
Yeah, we to believe this is something that's coming.
So was this recent or?
This is something that is coming.
Oh shit!
Is it something we're going to trigger?
That I do not know. As I said, most of my library was destroyed, so I'm not certain what might even cause such a thing.
Is
It
there,
appears to be something originating beneath the sea.
are these visions immutable?
We're
Like
going
once
to
you
undersea.
see it,
There
like
is
that's
no way
fate,
that's
that's what's
No.
going
We're going to undersea cities. Yeah.
It merely represents an unaltered future, or a possible.
Okay.
So basically,
Because if
when
it was
we get to
immutable, we could still figure out a way to, trick fate.
yeah. So basically, when we get to the underground, the underwater city, we leave Eduardo on the ship.
Well, look, if we're under the water, you can't walk on top of it.
If only fate was that easy.
As I said, I do not know what is meant to cause this calamity, but I have an idea of where you might look for answers. Some of the Lemurians, when they were still around, when the world flooded, they began to take refuge on mountaintops to get away from the rising waters. One group of them were keepers of a great library. They took what works they could and brought them to the top of a mountain quite some ways to the south of here when the flooding began.
Songs of old talk of a librarian known as Orion Pax that led on us.
Based on the actual Lemurian map you guys have, which has mountains on it, which Sobek will point out one of these mountains is in the wrong place, as you put it in the wrong place. place
Yes.
when you were copying.
Yes. Like, yes, that's actually intentional.
You can actually identify the mountain he's referring to in question. The map you have doesn't say anything about there being anything on it. It is what is now known as Watchtower Island. This island is not terribly nearby. By sail, it's about 8 weeks, aka 2 months, generally south of Lockstock.
We're gonna need supplies.
Yep.
And a couple of jobs.
There are inhabited islands along the way, but the area is primarily free waters, which means free ports, which typically means piracy. Another problem with traveling south is that it would require that you travel through something called the Gone Reef. This is a huge section of coral reef that sits quite near the water's surface and extends for several miles east and west. The only known safe way through it is through something called the Great Coral Gates. You can give me an intelligence check.
I shall give you an intelligence check. Don't fail, don't
Don't
fail,
fail
don't
this.
fail. I got a 10 on the die, and my sheet's over here, sorry.
Why do you have it folded up under your phone?
Because
Why would you need to consult that?
plus well-educated, I'm going to assume applies to this particular situation. Excellent. 24.
Yeah. You know that many years ago, a group of enterprising sailors realized if they could open a passage through the Gone Reef, it would allow much faster shipping between the Arcadian Empire and the Burning Archipelago, which is quite a ways to the south. It is significantly further south than where you're going, but you would be moving nearer to their empire. They invested a hefty chunk of time in basically swimming off ships by hand, cutting and smashing a passage through it. They then used the reef on either side as a foundation to build a city consisting almost entirely of bridges around the passage.
Okay, that's cool.
Then they constructed a big-ass set of sea gates and started charging a toll for people to go through them.
I like these guys.
Sounds like a thing that
On a typical day, about 100 ships go through the gates.
sounds like a thing that people actually did here.
Yeah.
And are doing again.
It's basically like the Panama Canal. Hey, hey, do you want to sail around South America?
Except with
no,
even
you
more
don't.
ecological destruction. It'll take 1 billion years for this to grow back.
It is possible to travel around the reef. It would involve sailing through a collection of closely spaced small islands, known colloquially as the Duckling Islands, that would limit your traveling speed unless you wanted to sail through them somewhat recklessly.
Which would be where
If you
Eduardo
take
comes
that
in.
route, you're adding 4 weeks to your trip time, aka a month.
We ain't got time for that.
This would probably necessitate, you're a quartermaster, you know your ship can only hold about 10 weeks worth of supplies. If you went that route, you would have to collect supplies by fishing or hunting along the way. Or you could gamble on trying to run the waters at full sail, which could be dangerous.
We got a metal ship.
Let's check out the reef port thing.
Sobek can tell you that the refugees, they constructed a new library that they hid away via what magic they had left. He knows it is accessed via a stone obelisk on the island by an important password. You're gonna hate me in a minute. May forever the eternal majestic bastion of the perfect congress of the lighted legion hold fast and bend well our ignorance.
I'm going to copy that down when I listen to the recording.
We are doomed.
No, it's okay. We have a recording. Luckily.
He's going
This
to
is where
blank it
there's
out.
like a massive laughter over there and you can't hear anything from it.
Could you will I get you to repeat that, eh?
He can repeat it enough times for you to write it down.
Okay.
There's a reason why I'm sailing up this far north, guys. So you know.
Stay away from the
Your intelligence check
Yeah.
also tell me something else, actually. You would just know this, there, Glory Hound Ranger. You would know a bit about Watchtower Island. You know it's called that because it has a huge stone obelisk on it with a painted image of an eye at the top of every face. The island is pretty good size. It's got enough space for forests, caves, and swamps. Lots of those. You know that the tower has actually long been the subject of stories of hosts of Lemurian artifacts and gold hidden beneath it waiting to be accessed. Many adventurers have come to this island, convinced they'd be the ones to finally find it. To date, no one has.
I've been on an expedition there twice.
I have a feeling
Probably.
that somebody's gonna happen to see us go in and then follow us in.
Over the years, many of the adventurers who originally came to the island eventually ran out of money or supplies and started having to do other work to subsist, such as hunting, trapping, logging, and fishing. These days, there's a whole economy of adventurers who gave up on their quest and now sell equipment, like their old stuff or stuff they've newly made, to new, bright-eyed, cocksure adventurers. you know that the central piece of interest in the island is the base of the tower actually has a room at the bottom that's accessible. It has a book that sits on a pedestal. This book, legend has, if you write the specific correct thing in it, it will open a passage into hosts of gold and magical, awesome things, except not magical things.
I wonder what
Mostly hosts of gold. At any given time of day, there are people in that room trying their hand at scribbling whatever the latest nonsensical thing they've come up with trying into that book. The last time you visited that island, the book was so full of scribblings from everyone and their grandmother trying to guess what password would finally get them inside, that there's so much ink, chalk, wax, paint, and disturbing amounts of blood on this thing that you don't actually know what the original color of the pages was. It's just been painted and inked over so many times. Wow.
So we'll need to draw in whiteout.
No. You want to write over a spot where it's written in the same color ink, so if somebody were to come up behind you or look over your shoulder, they wouldn't be able to read what you just wrote.
The real problem is, when you were there last time, you can't remember any time of day that there weren't people in that room fiddling with the book or talking to each other.
We've got
There
too
might be
much to
some
figure out.
difficulty to be had there.
Set a fire.
No. We just need a big distraction. Like, for example,
It doesn't help that since everyone comes to that room, there's basically, like, have you ever been to, like, Egypt, where they set up a street bazaar? That's, like, going on in that room. Because it's out of the rain, and everyone comes there anyway.
Set a fire.
We've
We'll
got 2
solve
months to
that
figure out.
problem when we get to it.
Burn that
With a gigantic rock concert.
Set a fire.
No, we do not need to set fires, okay? I'm a big distraction, okay?
You are one big fire.
Hey, who here thinks they'd be the best at building something like, say, a smoke bomb or
No fires!
Hey, no fire necessary.
It's merely a smoldering.
What about knockout gas? Can we just
Also, smoke bombs totally start fires.
What if we did a
Knockout
smoke
gas.
bomb that produced so much smoke you could not possibly breathe in there?
What if there
I'm
was
just
just
trying to
some
clear
kind
the
of
room,
magic
not light it
thing
on
that
fire.
knocked them all out?
They're all adventurers and therefore all have skill.
What if we threw in one of our magic items,
Well, at least
specifically
a few of them.
mine,
Some of them.
make them go crazy, kill everybody, and we're like, hey, we got it. All right, cool.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or we could
Genius. Use your bangle and heal random people.
Genius.
See if they go crazy from it.
No. I'm just gonna throw my head in there so that people just go like,
You sneak
Oh,
perfect.
what's that
You
hat?
find the weakest guy in there, you put the hat on and get the hell out of Dodge.
Genius.
Well, if the weakest guy in there, then he'll probably be killed right away, right?
Can I,
We want one that's
can I take
strong
a
enough
look
to
at
do
the
some damage,
can I
but
take a
weaker
look at
than
the
all of us
Lemurian
combined?
map just to see what kind of
He doesn't
like
have to be
so?
the weakest guy in the group.
I'm assuming it does lead down to the Burning Archipelago, and there's like some sort of cache in that area as well. Lemurian artifacts and the Lemurian map.
So, the map you have doesn't really list much in the way of things that are on mountaintops. From what Sobek told you, it sounds like this map was probably made before the world flooded.
No, right, but like
People probably hadn't taken refuge from it.
no, but like I'm
About
talking
So the
about
actual archipelago, like those mountaintops that stick out, that doesn't have much. The valleys nearby, though, yes.
Okay.
Lots of little Lemurian cities around there.
I wonder if I can use that to against them, or maybe they're using them.
A question about the book. So when you put it in the right phrase, it said that they would open up a door or something like that, right?
So goes the legend.
Yeah. So I imagine there's been a lot of excavation crews deciding to just
Oh,
break
yeah.
the stones.
Lots of people have been trying to dig under the thing.
Yeah.
They've been somewhat thwarted by the fact that they hit bedrock after a little while. They don't really have much of a way of getting through that. Some people have determinedly attempted pickaxes. The effort is ongoing.
Even the diamond ones wouldn't work.
That was like the most half-assed high five I've ever seen
Yeah,
in my life.
yeah,
You're
it
like,
was.
eh.
Well, I was pretty ashamed of my own jokes. So we have to get there before we can worry about what we're going to do. Because the situation might be different by the time we get
Yeah.
What was our original plan before this came up?
We are going to one of the Lemurian cities on the map, which is actually a good question. Is our
The original plan was travel to Lockstock, investigate the Brass Tower, because it was on your Lemurian map as being a Lemurian ruin.
weren't
that
we
you'd heard of.
Weren't we generally heading toward one of the cities on the map? I can't remember honestly. It was so
The
long
cities on
ago.
the map are all in valleys,
Yeah.
so they're all underwater at this point.
Yeah.
You don't really have a way to go to them.
We need a
Remember
diving
we were
bell.
talking- We need to turn our ship into a submarine.
No, you just need a diving bell.
Scavenging.
No, you just need a diving bell because then you can breathe underwater. and then potentially die from the pressure. But you know, whatever.
Get attacked by stuff under.
Think about it this way. Going to the bottom of the ocean now is pretty high pressure.
Yeah.
The ocean here is even deeper.
I mean, we're not necessarily going to like the Marianas Trench.
No.
So.
Maybe we could find
Like we're going to
a city
Vancouver.
that was partway up
We're going to
the
Vancouver
mountain.
that's flooded, so you know, should be not it can't be that
From the
bad.
height of the Rockies. It's a bit of an elevation change.
Where did the water even come from?
Alright, anyway.
No, like we said, it's,
Good question.
we've discussed this. There's a pseudo explanation, which his family was trying to open a portal to the elemental dimension, and then my family came and were like, "Fuck your shit!" Bombed, and then it messed it up.
This is a questionably canonical explanation.
Yes,
It is what the songs say.
yes. The songs of
Would
old.
you like to perhaps ask Sobek about that?
Hey, Sobek, how'd the water get here?
Where'd the
I'm
water
not entirely sure, but I suspect it has something to do with the corruption of Mobius, the great spirit of the sea.
Oh,
That seems like a reasonable explanation.
we corrupted him.
Where is he?
I believe.
In the sea.
Do you know a specific location?
He moves very quickly. He's the master of all the waters.
Is he crazy?
He's responsible for storms and tales of Leviathan striking down ships.
Is he crazy now?
Yes.
Oh, shit. Well, gotta find another Lemurian artifact.
As is his companion, Azora, his great spirit of the sky.
Question.
Responsible
it's
for
like
thunderstorms
Kyogre.
and other such
I grabbed that scale and it's like I
Groudon
showed this to
just got
Sobek.
wiped?
Is this Mobius' scale?
Yes, it looks like one.
Interesting.
Mobius,
Oh.
Cthulhu.
Could be. I jump into the water. Cthulhu photography.
You are eaten. Hang on, I need a D4.
Time to reroll.
You and you were dead.
Yeah.
Although in the original game, I think it was actually a D6.
All right.
Very entertaining.
Thank you for the plentiful information and also the magic item.
Actually, I do have a question. You were saying, don't suppose you actually have any, say, Lemurian books or something of that nature in the area?
And I did. Looks over
Yeah,
a destroyed bookshelf
so
and tatters of pages
Yes, I was
swamped
wondering
with
if
like
anything
poison
survived.
and death.
Out of curiosity.
Not in here, no.
I could try to talk to some of the other people around. Maybe I can arrange some sort of way to get you more books. That might be an interesting thing.
Yeah, how do you expect life to go on now that you're back and they're kind of the local
wait,
people still don't really?
Better
I
question.
can help in minor ways, subtle ways,
Okay,
as I did before.
With Slithertongue's people, have they seen him now, or are we the only ones in this room?
Just you guys.
Okay.
because
Slithertongue with us?
locals,
Probably not.
as you can probably,
Fighting golems?
Yeah. Okay. Good.
yeah,
Just checking.
he was sane for until the crystal went missing. So
He was actually
obvious,
sane
yeah.
for most of the
Exactly.
going of the world.
So he's
And
got
for a long
this
time, he had a
shtick
shrine
down.
pool.
So he's watching it in his basement,
Yeah, basically.
watching the world.
No.
He can't really leave.
In his attic. Okay.
Let's be classy about it. It's
Yeah.
more of an attic. It's a floating pyramid attic.
That's not
Sobek, have you seen anything over the last century that may help us find out more or give us a hint of other locations or to this mystery in general?
He saw the war.
You must have seen something weird.
I've seen many strange things watching the world. Things that might be of interest to you. What sort of things are you interested in?
Things that could help us build our boat.
More spirits that have been corrupt.
Abundant. They're all over the place. Most of them are minor and cause simple things like rigging lines to snap or people to trip. Minor things like that.
As big as Mobius.
As big as Mobius, only Azora that I can think of. The sky's bigger.
I actually have one question though. How is it that you happened to end up with one of these crystals?
I didn't end up in one.
No, it said with one.
Well, this temple was originally built by a sect of my followers. They were Lemurians. They received one of these from the academy far down into the valleys below us now. I believe they called it a psionic shard. None of my followers seemed to know how it worked, but it gave them powers of telepathy. Shortly after that, the world began flooding and the madness started. I'm not sure if the shard's creation caused it or was a response to it. Considering it seems to suppress the madness, I would suspect the latter.
Fascinating, fascinating.
Are you containing the stuff that like
One of
stops
the-
you from going crazy?
The head cleric of the temple eventually we came to an agreement that it wouldn't be wise to allow random people to enter the temple and potentially disrupt the item. So we sealed the entire area off and told people that I had gone mad, and I gave my influence where I could in all subtle matters. Over the years, it appears they passed down the notion that I'm some horrible monster.
Yeah,
Well,
that's...
works out alright, I suppose.
It's not a universal thing. Some places, older records have survived, but yeah, no, most people think you're crazy.
Older records survived. I shall have to burn those.
That would be my alma mater. Brother, he didn't.
Why did you say this? Very good.
Holy bag references. Sorry, I cannot keep an accent today. Not that I ever can.
Neither can I. You're supposed to have a way gravelier voice. It just makes it hard to hear what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Mumble, mumble, mumble.
Now that's just the voice.
Starting up for a trip.
Wait, can we enchant our ship? Or no?
Not in a way that wouldn't drive your crew mad.
Oh, okay.
That's fun.
Go right, that.
Oh yeah, them.
Alright, those guys.
Hey, give us a sec. I was gonna borrow this thing for a second. Smash!
It's okay, we'll get flesh golems from wherever.
All we need is to get a necromancer. Get our skeleton crew back.
We're good.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask him?
I can't.
I shoot.
Only thing I would want to ask him was about the war or like about the Burning Archipelago government, but I don't assume he cares about that in any way since it's so far away. Plus, it doesn't have any significant effect on him.
There's something I noticed about them. While I was scrying throughout the world, I was not able to penetrate their castles, the central government. I would suspect that they're using magic of some description.
That's why we lost.
Of course they are.
Could be why they're evil slavers. Or they might have one of those shark things.
Those bastards doing the thing that I'm currently doing.
Oh, where's the
I have numerous questions about.
He can tell you that the central leadership of the Burning Archipelago never comes out and meets people publicly.
Huh.
My character has numerous questions about the accuracy of his historical songs, particularly of those of.
Most of them, it turns out, are horribly inaccurate.
Yeah.
Shucks.
Shock.
How about the only one that seems vaguely accurate is that there was a guy named King Megatron.
Okay.
And that there was some chief librarian named whatever the name was. You're not sure if he survived the flooding of the world or
Oh
not.
yeah, what are our powers? Did we get that, like...
Which ones?
No, our mental powers. Is that something that's gonna stay? Is that gonna drive us crazy? Or
No. That's part of the artifacts.
They're
And
part
those-
of the Lemurian artifacts, and they are apparently not magic. They are some other force.
We have Wi-Fi brains.
Well, you have psionics, basically.
So, if we got another crystal and smashed it, what would we get?
Well, it's probably better use for any additional crystals we find.
Like,
Well,
we could
where's
potentially.
the nearest crystal besides that one?
These are a finite resource.
I'm not entirely sure.
No, fine.
What's the balance?
They have suppressive effects on my magic.
Could we gather the spirits here and keep them all under the effect of the crystal?
I don't think they
If
all
you could
get
actually
along.
manage to wrangle one into coming here,
Well, I mean, we could piss them off and have them chase us here.
That probably won't end well.
That sounds
that
like
would
a
take a
recipe
long
for
time.
collateral damage.
Yeah.
We'll discuss that later.
I mean,
Oh, here's an idea.
I just want to fix the world.
We find a second crystal and use it to reason with the other spirits, and then
Travel with us, and eventually we'll come back.
Boat, enchant our ship, and keep everyone from going
I want to
crazy.
see the anime-style attempts you make at concealing the spirits from your crew. There's like a closet with like an eye stalk poking out of it. You're like, no, it's nothing. It's a stuffed animal.
Just keep it in the room.
I found it. I found it
Like,
in port.
just like poke it in the eye. It's like, ow!
I found it.
Nothing.
I found it in port. Don't worry about it.
That's my octopus friend.
We haven't been to port in days. I found it in port.
What's that thing over there? It looks like a cross between an octopus and a monkey. That's Octocon.
You take
He's
that back.
your
How
new
dare you
friend.
insult her?
Yeah.
She's very sensitive
That
about her
is
looks.
a pretty good.
That's a perfectly
idea
ordinary
about
crewman. Are you
something.
high?
We should get a
Yeah.
crystal
You're
of
fired.
our own key.
Yeah, well, if we can find one, that's certainly something.
We're
that
good.
Probably.
I want you off this ship right now, but we're in the middle of the ocean.
Oh,
You heard me.
Yeah, exactly.
all right.
I'm acting like I can.
If we're sailing,
Oh, I'm walking up there.
so from what Sobek's told me, it sounds like there's definitely something we have to deal with in the central government of the Burning Archipelago. So I'm okay with sailing towards there.
Yeah.
But
We'll nuke that city when we get to it.
yeah, all right.
So we're going to the gates for now?
Yeah, we'll be
Beat
sailing
one.
back around to Lockstock. Yeah.
Supplies,
Probably want to see if we can get a job to bring us into that
lots
area.
and lots
too.
of lucre.
Also, a reason to go through there. As soon as we get to town, though, Beatrice is starting to do all the reading up on the local bylaws of that area.
It's free. It's a free port.
Yes,
It's
but
free water.
they have a gate that has a toll. There is some kind of organization there.
Yes,
Beatrice
the
needs to-
organization is, this
Money.
is me and my friends. We have catapults. They're pointed at your ships. If you want to come through here, you gotta give us money.
Hey, knowing who's in charge, what a reasonable fee is.
The real problem is there aren't really records that you
Dang
can
it.
consult.
And we are looking for any excuse to try out this new baby of a
You
catapult
could ask
that Joe
me.
just
I've
built.
been there 3 times.
True, she will quiz you.
Yeah,
On the
all
way.
3 times you've been through the coral gates, it was a different guy.
And a different catapult.
On one occasion, one guy met you in the morning while you were taking your number for the line for inspection through the area. When you actually went through it was yet a different guy. You're pretty sure there was blood on his sword.
Good to know.
He hadn't even washed his hands.
That's good. We can take a gate while we're at it.
Establish
It
a
means they're
remote.
For how
open
long?
to influence.
There's a question.
Yeah.
How long can you hold it?
Just long enough to take a few catapults.
Yeah, let's.
I would say I'll actually say just you can attempt an intelligence check because you've actually been there before. You actually could also try it. Yep. Because you would have come from the Burning Archipelago. Yeah, probably went through there
I
at
have
least
no idea
once.
where I came
Oh wow, I actually did pretty good.
18 on the die.
20.
You both know that the toll to go through the gates is around 18 lucre.
Damn!
How much do we have at the moment?
Your mental calculation tells you that is, almost exactly 1 lucre more than it would cost in supplies to sail around it. Those bastards. It's 1 lucre less than it would cost to go
So
around.
in that sense, we're just saving time.
Yeah.
Saving time and 1 lucre.
Even better?
They're not charging more of a markup?
They're not.
Wow.
Because they know people can sail around.
Okay.
It's like, hey, you'll save yourself money. Not much money, but you'll
Now,
save yourself
granted, a
some
lot
money.
of merchants would prefer just saving the time. They probably could get away with charging more. And they might very well occasionally charge more to people if they're being dicks.
Don't be a
Everyone
dick.
stay below decks.
You do know, though, you could save money and time if you ran full sail through the ducklings.
Then why?
The little islands
No.
around the area.
You just really want us to go through there.
I don't want you to do either of them. I don't care.
New plan.
I'm
We
merely
sail north.
explaining your options.
We can doom ourselves later.
Screw the world,
then
we're
again-
going north.
But then again, Eduardo has successfully navigated us through difficult situations in the past.
So then can't tell
Admittedly,
you that.
without.
He's not sure when that calamity will happen, but he doesn't think it's soon because he thinks he would have felt something brewing from it. Like
He
power,
doesn't
like,
think it's
not like imminent.
Like a couple of years for us to sail around and do stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Like you're not in the let's not sleep phase of time yet. You're not in crunch time yet.
So, thanks for all the information. It's very helpful. We will
free, Genie.
attempt to. I wish you were free.
So do I. Sometimes you can't always get what you need.
The people who used to praise you kind of think you're crazy and evil now.
Do you want to
Just
keep
so
it that
you know.
way?
He already knows that.
Does he want to keep
Okay.
it that way?
It was intentional.
Oh, okay, sounds good.
Keeps people from coming in here and mucking with this thing.
Yeah.
Worked up till a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, that guy's
The guy's desperate. The guy was desperate.
Yeah. He was crazy before.
Yeah.
Beatrice
anything
does
about
not
him?
understand emotional motivations.
So we're gonna head.
No, he was nuts.
We're gonna head to Lockstock, supply up.
Lockstock, but yes.
Back to the
No, we're gonna
town.
sail
Sail
back.
around to the actual port.
Yeah, and then supply up, and then sail back down.
Sure. You can leave the temple and meet up with Slithertongue and the others again.
On the way out.
Slithertongue is missing an eye.
Aww. Wait, that must mean you're useless to your tribes people, right? Because no depth perception can't throw a spear. Come with us, it's okay. We got
Give me a
health
charisma check and
benefits.
try
Okay.
Yes, I will give the charisma check.
We got health
You're the one who
benefits.
talked.
Hey, slowly.
I
That
don't
makes you look
wanna
badass.
actually say that to him.
It's good for pirates.
She will just present him with a offer to join the crew and try and list some benefits to him based on her earlier conversations with him.
We have eye patches.
Oh, 19 on the die, plus a 6 from level and skill, so 25. I'm going to assume that neither of my backgrounds apply to that because I can't think of a reason they would.
Not really. But yeah.
Except for writing up an appealing contract. But that's
It's on
later.
vellum.
We have still.
Plus 2 now. No, that's actually successful.
Yes,
It seems
welcome
like
to the
he's actually had some fun with his wandering around and exploring things, leaving the island,
We have that
seeing
effect.
cool
World.
stuff.
Blow up.
Also, he, saved his tribe and all that.
Vacation.
Yeah, basically.
Excellent. Well, we're happy to have you aboard.
He's actually asked if he can bring someone with him, which is a lady snake person.
Sure.
Absolutely. Sure.
Apparently, in the time you've been talking to Sobek, after all the elementals and machines shut down, he's gotten married.
Oh, interesting.
Apparently, it's a
Congratulations.
fairly fast process.
Congratulations.
He's looking to go on honeymoon.
It won't be that much of a honeymoon, by the way.
One trip they'll already have a.
Just so you know,
They already hate each other.
just so you
This is
know,
a
we're
good
about
idea,
to.
because if they live happily together, they will fight to the death to make sure the other lives. And if they hate each other, they'll fight that much harder to show up the other person.
Or kill each other.
This can't go wrong for us.
Just want to make sure they know it's not
whether
going
or
to
not
be.
we
It's
want
not
to
always going to be
make it
smooth
a hate
sailing.
job.
Yeah,
Keep in mind, their
Yeah,
entire culture is hunter-gatherer / murder.
We're about to go on an 8-month trip.
They
by
have
the
a
way.
fairly
At
militaristic.
Or sorry,
bent.
2 months.
Well,
least.
2 months there.
We're about to travel for 2 months, just so you know.
At least.
Yep.
Ooh, what do
You
they?
get a dot in survival because Slithertongue is joining your crew.
Yeah, awesome.
And he is a
Wifey.
survival sergeant.
Does his wifey not give us anything?
Wait, does that mean
Different.
does that mean his mind control is stronger because she's around?
Yeah, hence why it's actually a dot.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah,
The two of them together count as a sergeant.
this is useful.
Anyway, when you sail back around to Lockstock proper,
You have to hide all the time.
Not necessarily. There's
they
different
don't
races.
have to.
These guys
Yes.
just choose to snuff.
You're only hiding them on
snuff.
Lockstock
Yeah.
because the people in Lockstock know that there are crazy snake people in the forest that you told them are evil.
He told them we're
I had no doing in this.
I wasn't even
He
here.
told
Let's
them
not
we're
pin this on anyone other than Brendan.
I
To
mean,
be perfectly clear.
yeah, that's fair enough. But yeah.
Say they were evil. All I did was just this.
Yeah, at the time they were fighting
I
us.
described a
that was
horrible giant snake monster was in there, and it turned out there was.
Yeah, they're totally as legit a giant snake monster.
To be fair, humans aren't generally the most accepting of things that are different. So,
Anything is.
yeah.
All the races are racist in D&D.
Even
Yes.
other animals are racist. Like
Yeah.
dolphins are racist.
Yeah.
And other things.
Yeah, dolphins are a lot of bad things.
Yes. Anyway.
They're not nice. Anyway, sailing back around to
Satanic
Lockstock
dolphins
proper.
now.
You see that there's the aftermath. It appears that the guard are burying quite a number of people. It appears there was some sort of riot that took place.
But now they're all better?
They seem to be. There's no more crazy influence going on.
Yay.
We
But yeah,
stopped.
it
Yeah, a lot
appears
of
that
people are dead.
you would guess if you'd come through town, you would have been probably right in the middle of that.
Good job, Eduardo.
Good
Good
job.
job.
Hey, I vouched for that.
Yes.
No, I can't.
So we got a luck point for good jobs.
No, that was a sarcastic comment. If you were there, you might have been able to prevent horrible, calamitous death of many people.
That's
Ah,
true.
why didn't I think of that?
That would have been the glory option.
Anti-luck coins.
See, this is where where my lower intelligence comes into play.
It appears that Commodore Oliver, or Commodore Harrison rather, I suppose, that's his last name, he is declaring today a day of mourning and essentially a holiday, as he's arranging for a large banquet to be held as the Feast of the Lost.
Smuggle food out.
Great opportunity for him to tell everybody that, hey, calm your shit, problem solved.
I'm not sure we should participate in said feast.
He has announced to the populace that the storm around the brass tower has ended permanently, which has cheered people up somewhat.
No more rain.
They're still a little down about all the people being dead, but sunny. They can see the sun again for the first time in
come out tomorrow.
years.
If there were any small children on the island, possibly their entire life.
Maybe we can find some sort of way.
It's kind of like Wales.
Maybe we can find some sort of way to introduce some sort of book-related tradition.
To give to Sobek is what he's getting at.
Yeah.
There are a couple of children in the village who are about 5 years old who are only just now realizing that you can actually take raincoats off.
It peels off.
What is that horrible orange glow in the sky?
What's this feeling I have? It's like
Cancer abounds.
it's like
A bunch of people
Not
turned into
wetness.
ash. Turns out they were vampires.
no, they don't have a word for dry because they just don't know what it is. It's like, oh,
They do have 30 different words for damp, though.
yeah.
They have 30 different words for fuck this.
I haven't seen storms like this in Ragnar, and we have 32 words for rain. Right now it's lemonic out there.
Anyway, Commodore Harrison himself will invite you guys back to the fort and hug you and thank you for turning his incredibly shit detail into probably one of the most enviable jobs, as he is now basically just on a tropical island in charge of it himself.
Wait, do we get
And
stuff?
his current goal is to try and keep the Admiral from finding out that the storms have ended for as long as possible, so that he doesn't come over here and actually set up shop. He will actually pay you for having stopped the storms on Lockstock.
I was gonna say Beatrice gives them an invoice.
You ended the madness.
Yep.
You actually permanently stopped the storms on Lockstock, which counts for a lot. You are actually awarded with 100 lucre.
Can we also get some repairs to our ship?
You can spend some of that lucre on repairs to your ship.
Our repairs for our ship are
clever
less
bastard.
expensive right now, so.
Basically, yes, you get 100 lucre. What you opt to spend that on is of your own accord.
Here we go.
Armaments twice.
He will also tell you that he has given your crew permission from the garrison for training, so you no longer take an increased cost for raising artillery on the island, but there's no discount.
Thank you kindly.
You could also get a ballista from him. That there would be a discount on, only 8 lucre, because he can requisition one of those by losing a form.
I help you with your
I'd
paperwork
rather a
for
catapult, because you can't exactly launch people off a ballista.
No, you can.
You can, it's just harder.
Yeah.
There's a lot of splinters on the stomach.
No,
and
what you would
chest
do,
that occur.
what you would do is you put a board on their back so that they maintain straightness, right? And then
Wouldn't this snap your neck in the sudden G-force?
Well, you put them feet first.
yeah.
Because otherwise they
luge.
just land something head first. which
No,
is
you
terrible.
put them on a luge thing, right?
They start. Yeah. Then they fly feet first and they arc, so that hopefully they land standing.
Yeah. And you put an
And then,
arrowhead.
With any luck, they then try to roll when they land and not die.
So we could send the rope, maybe.
Hey.
Maybe the bar.
No, send
You
the
could
guy
probably
with the
send the
fist
bug.
there.
Oh, true, yeah. You
Send the
got
guy
my-
who has a background that makes it more balanced.
Is that what Clarence is for?
Yes.
Safer.
Sorry, who's Clarence?
Bartholomew.
Yeah, Bartholomew. El Bato.
He just make it
I
too
would
easy.
like to talk to what's the guy's name? The
Commodore?
the guy. What is it?
Commodore.
Commodore.
Speak to Commodore and explain that. So wait, let's back up a bit. Does he know that there is pretty much a god in there?
No.
He knows there's a giant snake monster. Which is the question, how much are you telling him about what went on in the tower?
We
Basically,
killed the giant snake monster. That's why people aren't.
But no.
No.
We killed a giant snake monster.
We killed a giant snake
I'm
monster.
calling that was not mental speak. Because you genuinely don't seem to realize what was wrong with that statement.
We killed one.
Claims of giant snake monster were the reason people weren't going to go into the forest too deeply.
Yeah, you don't want to say it's gone.
There's also death traps. So
Give me a bluff check.
No, just say.
there are in the temple.
Why don't we just say we stopped the snake monster from ever coming out?
Re-imprisoned. Re-prisoned.
But
Hey,
Yeah.
whatever.
But
The snake
I want
people
to
can
say-
take care of their
Right
crap.
after he says that, I want to say, but it turns out there's more than one.
Sure, give me a charisma check. Try and cover it.
Guys,
Well,
this is bad.
there you go.
Let's see.
Ah, it's fine. We're not coming back here anyway.
25.
It's okay.
Alright, yeah. He manages to cover for your outrageous lie by claiming that there was more than one.
Oh.
Yeah, you do get glory for clearing the tower.
Yay.
That's certainly a case of something.
More interesting because I'm an idiot.
You realize you just made the Corey argument, right?
Yeah, I know. But at least I accept I'm an idiot. I accept that fact.
Guess what jobs you're gonna get when the next duty roster comes up?
Captain.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Turns
funny.
out he
Thanks.
outranks you.
Guys, if we
You're on the
Dang it, I
tree, dude.
can't.
Guess what? You're on the tree. See how that
That's why
works?
she just puts Corey on it.
See, here's the thing though. I would still do
80
it.
of our
Just like, yeah, fair enough.
enough.
we could have 10 ballistas strapped to this ship.
And go nowhere.
We wouldn't be able to afford anything else. But the sheer force of us firing the ballistas in the opposite direction will get us to where
Are
we
you
want to go.
operating under GTA tank logic here?
Yes.
Wait, what? What do you want? You want to use propulsion?
He wants to spend all the money on multiple ballistas. And then fire them behind you so you go
Ballistas
faster.
cost money to use, right?
Yeah.
Pardon?
Ballistas cost money to use?
No, cannons cost money.
Okay.
Ballistas have an upkeep. Every time you use them, it costs you a bit of money. Like when you use them in a fight, it costs you like 1 or 2 lucre
Okay.
just to repolish and secure them.
Okay.
But apart from that, no. Cannons are the ones that it's like 10 lucre per shot.
Yeah, we definitely can't look at that yet. Okay.
Whatever.
So ballistas are- yeah.
So if we get the ballista, that's 92. Then we should max out our food and water.
Okay, so let's just figure out what maxing out our ship
and-
condition, food, water, and
How much would it cost to max out our food and water first? Because we need to do that no matter what. Because if we don't max out our food and water, we potentially
How about
might not make
we
it.
max all of these?
24 for
that's
food
what
and
we're
water,
that's what we're working on right now.
14 for ship condition.
God, how did we lose so much?
So that would be 31.
Because we went through a
To raise
dangerous
both
ass
of
area.
those. So you raise all 3 of those to the max would be 31.
All right.
49 to
Leave us
max
with
out
a
all of
50.
those.
That's actually not bad.
That isn't
I'd be-
bad.
yeah, I'd be willing
totally
to do that.
okay with that.
right.
The other thing is we have to keep into consideration bat upkeep, which is what 1 lucre a week.
1 lucre per week. Yes.
Okay.
God, I forgot about that.
So let's make assumptions for them.
I also did change the naval combat rules slightly so that being hit in the sails is not so instantly crippling. It's now when you get hit in the master sails, you take damage equal to the width and -1 sailing checks, which is cumulative over multiple hits to a max of -3.
Okay, that's
So it's not you get hit once and you're just dead in the water, which was
Okay.
kind of lame.
So
Oh, but I
how does
get this
boarding
part.
exactly
Oh,
work?
same thing.
Boarding is your crew's ability to engage in melee combat. It is
Yeah.
also control. It's also what you roll if you want to ram somebody. It is also what you roll if you want to close and actually board with another ship.
That's good too.
Doing that causes you to trigger basically a standard fight, as opposed to a naval fight, like where you actually move around on the ship and
I
fight
like
things.
moving around.
The only difference between it and a typical fight, once you get to that phase, is at the end of every round, both ships roll boarding and may either hit your ableness by their wit, or if you score successes on it, you actually remove enemy combatants from the field.
Okay.
So,
So we'd
As your crew
probably
shoots the guy you're fighting in the
we'd
face.
probably want to up boarding,
yeah.
considering we're probably going to be boarding a couple times.
Boarding games.
If we
And,
upped artillery and
I'd-
boarding and carousing,
Him
that
out
would
of
leave us
an
with 5
artillery, does that count as
Okay.
artillery?
Because I was thinking maybe artillery up by 1 is not.
It depends if I
Because artillery
hit.
is
Depends
useful
what
in
you're
the
trying
sense
to
that
It's a notch in his hat
Yeah,
for
no.
cool
if
things.
artillery is useful in the sense that if we just use artillery, it's the naval combat, and but we're just really good at melee anyways because we're
So yeah, let's
us.
just do boarding.
So I'd say
if we
I'd
ever
up
get into a
boarding by
situation.
2.
Yeah, we just do the board.
I'd up boarding by 2, artillery
One
by
thing to keep
1.
in mind is the ballista gives you a +2 advantage to artillery.
Yeah.
Right.
So you're either adding 2 dice or adding 2 to the wit if you get a success.
Right.
You
So
must
yeah,
decide
I'd say
before.
up artillery by 1,
Okay.
boarding by
I've been there a
2.
couple
So what would that
times.
save us on our
5.
Fort that they like over there?
It would save us 5.
Down
if
at
we
Watchtower
upped
Island?
artillery by 1,
Yep.
boarding by 2, and
yeah.
rousing by 2.
Mostly
Yep.
entertainment
That would leave us with 10 left
supplies.
over.
There is
And
very
with
little
that,
to do
I would
on
probably
Watchtower
up
Island apart
survival
from
by
like
1.
hunt, fish, and
Leave
trap.
a 3
And
buffer.
graffiti.
And that would, so yeah. Okay,
Let's
yeah.
plan a rock concert.
That would
Again?
We've got a
that
little
would
bit of
probably
wiggle
go
room
over
on
well,
that
actually.
and the thing,
Get to send
hopefully, so.
flyers ahead of time.
So,
Before you send the bat in as your ship is arriving to drop flyers.
okay,
These
so
become
Trevor,
Josie and the Pussycat.
so we have 51 plus the 16 currently, right?
Huh?
Currently, in terms of Luca, we have the 51 plus 16 because we spent 49 on filling this up.
Yes.
So then we'd like to put artillery up by 1, boarding and carousing up by 2, and survival by 1.
Assuming everyone else agrees with our...
I'm already.
Well, I don't think they're even paying attention.
Probably not.
So we're upping artillery by 1.
By 1 because we get such a significant advantage to artillery
With the
from
ballista?
the ballista.
So it'll basically bring our
It's that thing that we cover in sailcloth.
boarding and carousing will both be up to 4.
Don't touch it.
Artillery and skullduggery will be 3, and survival will be 5.
Really good imports, probably going to be things like entertainment. It's really
To
boring
the
over there.
Watchtower Island.
Okay?
I kind of want to know what we could import
Entertainment
to
goods
the
such
bridge.
as books or music
Yeah,
or things like
definitely.
that. Also useful would be spices because there's not a lot of that on that island.
What about
Okay,
anything
wait,
to
so
gates?
how much
jobs are
Luca does that leave us, including bat and
Probably
the,
similar.
Okay,
and the,
including the bat?
include like
We
no
will
like you give us
Although
back
actually-
Luca for the back.
Lumber,
Honest-
we
honestly,
have a
probably
bubble
nothing
of
would get you a
30
bonus
for the toll
because
and the
they
bat.
get
I
hundreds
counted
of trade
the
ships
toll
every
20
day.
and the
Right,
bat.
right.
We could actually
Minus
buy
26 for the
slices
skills.
Yeah.
at the gates.
And then
Probably. You're
Wait,
not sure
no,
if you
that
get a
shouldn't be
deal,
right.
but
Oh,
I
plus
mean,
the ballista.
Oliver
Minus the
Harrison
ballista.
can
Right.
give you your payment
Yeah,
in
so
whatever.
30 of that was for bat and toll.
so we're left with 3.
3, buffer 3. So we have
So we have
33.
33 Luca at this point
30?
because the bat and the toll are
Oh, yeah, you haven't
Yeah.
paid them yet. Yes.
And this was why we exiled you to the other side of the table.
math.
So that they can scramble around.
Lots and lots of math.
Pretty much.
Alright.
I mean, I think this is pretty good.
I think you got a pretty solid.
Like, we're definitely on our way to getting a strong ship and crew.
I got a ballista. I'm a happy camper.
We're definitely
I
going to
would
want to
prefer
raise
to
more other
catapult.
skills before we start getting anything higher.
We can
than
get that
5.
eventually.
I would say for the crew weapons like the ship weapons like ballistas, catapults, bows, stuff like that, they don't stack. So like ballista, catapult are the same tier of weapon. Several of them would actually just allow you to, when you get to higher levels, when you're in naval combat, you can split actions like you were doing before. You roll the lower of the pools, -1 for each additional action. You can just make multiple artillery attacks. If you have 3 catapults, you can make 3, but you're still then would be rolling like
One ballista.
you're trying to roll a tiny pool and get multiple sets.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can volley things.
Well, no, the only reason we run the catapult is for the pure flavor's sake of being able to catapult people over to the other ship.
Why did you point at me?
Because you're probably the major candidate for
The
that.
most useful one.
I have like the lowest health.
I mean, I could go with you. I don't care. I'll bring my sword. How about I'll lead by example and you'll follow.
Alright, so you guys are going through the gate, trying to travel by the gates.
We should actually go looking for a job to take us
Yes,
there.
yes. A shipment job.
Hey,
Do you need to bring any lumber down?
Not that far south.
Yeah, I'm pretty
The
sure
problem
we
with
found
lumber
out
is
it
it's
was,
reasonably common most places.
I'm pretty sure we found out what the main imports for that one is entertainment goods.
Right.
Do the snake
So-
people want to thank us?
Casino supplies, skinny clothing.
Hugs.
Some
Hugs,
food
and they're sending these 2 guys with you.
and some
Okay,
food.
but
Some food, just
come
like
on.
that we used to eat there with them.
They
right?
need stuff.
They don't
too.
have much to give you.
No, it's like they gave me the thing, the
They
hat.
could give you a sandwich,
They
but
gave
like,
us- They gave us their best pointy stick.
yeah,
The highest form of honor.
No. They gave us the magic box that was evil, and then I immediately opened it and
what
put
are
it
you
on.
talking about? They sent their greatest hero with you.
Yes. And his wife. And his wife.
Yeah.
Do not sleep
will they produce
with the
I don't
Snake
think
lady.
It's reptilian. There's no legs.
Do you think that's gonna stop it?
Also, no, but the other issue is that's just not how that works. Like,
That's the point. The lady that's with him probably is one of the ones that has a snake body.
yeah, so it
Because
wouldn't.
he's a hero now. That means he would get the best ladies. In Yuan-Chi culture, the best ladies are the ones that don't.
It also just wouldn't work with you because there's no matching of.
You're not thinking imaginatively enough.
You're thinking that would stop him.
No, but she's just be like, what the hell are you doing? Stop it.
All right. Well then,
Get out of here, weird legged guy.
okay. So,
Pretty much.
Okay.
are there any
I heard something about spices being said earlier, but I was busy doing math at the time.
Spices are another thing you could transport to Watchtower Island that would fetch a high value.
Yeah, let's do it. What about, and the same with the gate.
The gate, you doubt there's anything that would fetch much more than base value from because they get 100 ships through a day.
So-
If they want something, they can buy it. There's always competition.
because we have the 23 lucre barrier for the cost of the toll as well as the buffer we gave ourselves. So 23, we could use that lucre to buy spices and try and sell. That way, that would just be a gain. and
He's
then-
not. He doesn't charge us for what we put in our
Oh right.
inventory.
Okay.
It's a simplification mechanism. Basically, this is your problem.
We're
Spices.
only counting.
Okay.
And fly and paper. Printing
The 33
paper.
lucre in your hold is probably made up of spices.
Yay.
And lingerie.
Yes.
It's nothing but pepper.
It's nothing but pepper and corn.
Fire that
Whoa,
up
whoa,
on
whoa!
this stuff.
There's salt.
Because you're traveling to an island of adventurers. Porn would probably fetch something.
I'm assuming that like Robbie is just drawing a bunch of porn all the time, anyways.
Kind of an artist, right?
Yeah, I'm more of
Stick
a. I don't need to look at pretty girls. I mean, I don't need to make up.
No, but
pretty
you're
girls.
documenting your
He's not
your
that
past.
kind
And his own Kama Sutra.
No, but you're
Volume
yeah, you're
12.
documenting your own past, endeavors. So
Or he's actually only capable of drawing naked people. He can't actually draw anything else.
clothes, no clothes. Is
He saw this movie called Titanic once, and it seemed to work out well for the guy in that one. Up to the end, but he wasn't really paying attention at that point. Once the ship started sinking, he got bored and left.
No, he kept rewinding. He kept rewinding.
He would.
Okay.
There's a skip in the tape that's actually damaged at this point. Jeez, he couldn't actually watch the ending. It seemed to work out well for that guy.
And they lived happily ever after.
He's sure they did.
Alright, so we got ourselves some spices and a whole 40 minutes left before.
Yay.
Onward.
All right.
Hey, glory.
So you guys load up your ship and start setting sail towards the great city of God. Heavy air quotes.
Oh, of course, illegal drugs.
That would also work, yes.
That's entertainment.
Yeah, we should start
And
asking
spices.
people if there's any interesting plants that gets really, really high.
I'd like to think those are the exact words you
Look, it's
used.
very simple.
You could go for a survival check to try and find some of those.
Look, it's very simple.
That's the crew.
Don't buy drugs. Just become a rock star and people will give them to you.
Yeah, but then you have to put all the effort into sing.
Bard,
Not presently. They're currently telling you that as far as they know, they're not in season. You can spend points to try and add dice to this.
It's actually not. We got a good spread.
You want to spend
Like,
that?
well, basically, if we spend the next 30 minutes doing this stuff, then no.
But if we don't, then...
What are we rolling for?
He's trying to get drugs.
Oh.
Nope.
Wow, that is
You
really
got a hell of a
unfortunate.
spread now.
It's only a matter of time.
Vivian,
actually, there's
I
only-
believe.
Fine, am I getting drugs?
There's only like three other numbers
Only
you
if
could
I
roll.
Get, only
Well,
if
no,
I get a
there's-
portion
yeah,
of...
That would be bad. Come on!
Nope.
Only
Well, let's
two
look points
possible
left.
misses.
I do.
I will end this train wreck.
It's gonna be so beautiful.
You're
if
like
you-
you're my dream of a reality show where they get a bunch of nerds and try to get them to buy drugs. Hello, sir. I am interested in purchasing some marijuana.
See, at this point, I've seen all of these guys try to do it and fail, and I get fed up, and now I'm just trying to end it.
Admit it, you would watch that show.
Yes, it's a pretty good show.
A bunch of clueless dumbasses.
Although
trying
the,
to find
the issue with that show is you probably see a bunch of people get stabbed.
Yeah. That's part of the fun. Oh, you get a pair of threes.
It's not bad.
We just get a bottle of gin.
Actually,
They
heroin.
actually get you a bottle of
Black tar.
what they refer to as sacred wine. It is wine with stuff in it.
Is that how we're gonna market it? What happens when you drink it?
Do you want to find out?
Actually, what happens is you were actually going around just looking for booze while these guys were trying to score drugs, and the snake people were just telling you like, no, none of the stuff in here is particularly psychoactive. And you got a hold of this bottle of sacred wine stuff. You took a swig of it, and you just started tripping balls. It turns out it's not psychoactive to them.
So it's LSD. Is what you're saying? It's
So
just
we should get a really big shipment
a
of
whole
that.
bunch of
Whoa,
LSD.
I will fight you on this.
Well, it's sacred wine. They don't have a lot of it around at a time, but they can get you a couple bottles of it. Well, him.
Yeah.
All right.
More. So much more.
Please don't drink your own stock of what you
Well,
want to
seeing as I
sell.
didn't spend any
Quiet,
luck
magical
I'm guessing
unicorn
I
man.
didn't help
You
out
can't tell me
with
what to
this in
do.
any way.
You're not my captain.
Occupied with something else.
I just like shift my hat, see if that comes into view for you.
How did you take his hat? I will tell the captain about this.
You horrible octopus monkey man.
How did you transform? God damn it.
Kong.
Now let's get back to the hippo.
Alright. So you board the hippopotamus with wings.
Where did the wings come from? Oh god, I'm terrified now.
Those are always there.
I wonder what happened if you saw the
assist
bag.
our chief medical officer with, I've dealt with people having a bad trip multiple times.
You say bad trip.
That's a great trip. He's loving it.
You have named your ship the good ship Felder.
The wood feels so
It's Puff.
Puff the magic.
It's so fast enough that hides the sacred wine.
So you guys start making headway on your trip, heading towards the Great Gone Reefs. About 4 weeks into your trip, so just at the end of the first month, you started noticing merchant ships here and there around you, heading southward. You actually spot a ship coming north, which, Brendan, you recognize the insignia on it. It is a ship from the Burning Archipelago. You can actually give me, I need to do this check,
Captain, you look pretty nervous. Do you need a disguise or something?
That'd be 12. Do I get to add ex-rebel sergeant as a part of my history?
yeah.
Alright, so that's 17.
17? That looks like a scout ship.
I'm just gonna... Hey guys, I'm just gonna head below decks for a little bit.
That's alright.
We'll hide
Don't worry
you
about
in
it.
this empty barrel and say
Now,
we'll
I
carry
am
you
the
inside.
captain.
No, I still have my hat. Unless you want to go and
backup
sing
hat.
your own back tricord.
Paper hat?
You do know that scout ships usually have cannons on them, but they're not usually as heavily armed as like a warship. They're usually not armored.
I kind of want to take them down, guys.
There's only the one of them.
I want to raid their ship.
And currently, you're in a section of water where there aren't any other merchant ships around.
Like, if we
So,
just sail
no
next to
witnesses.
them, like, you sail kind of close, you'd be like, oh, hi, I don't want to attack.
Aren't there laws against that, like flying false flags?
Yes. There's also laws against piracy.
Yeah.
Also smuggling.
Yes.
What if you see if they recognize you and then sink them if they do? But if they don't, we let them go.
Beatrice will make her objections to this plan known, but after that, we'll just shut up and go along
I
with
just
whatever.
kind of want to take them down. That's basically it. I want to steal all their stuff and burn
Okay,
their
do we
ship.
want to like send someone to survey first? Them?
Let's send
Let's not send the bat out where he
Let's-
shot down by the
Yes, let's send me, and I'll send a mental signal. Yeah, they captured me. Let's go.
I want to bring something up. What would happen if all of a sudden a certain scout ship disappears? There'll be more activity in the area.
That's true.
I just don't like them. I want to take them
I
out.
mean, no check required. You're not in Burning Archipelago waters
Oh, yeah.
here.
It's a little. It's a little.
Like,
It's
they
a
don't
far
have
ways
any
away.
like sovereignty here. They're
Yeah.
actually way the hell away
Yeah.
far from home.
So don't we want to find out why?
Do we still have the flag from the armada that we just sailed for?
The Arcadian Empire?
Yes.
Yeah, you might have a flag of them.
Here's the thing. Let's not sink it right away because it might have been one
Start
of
a
your
war.
people who stole a ship and escaped.
Turn two governments against each other.
You're actually probably flying it because it would indicate what port you just left.
Yeah.
It could be some of your
If you,
people who escaped.
I'll leave it to you guys. You know my vote, but you guys just vote your majority, and that's fine.
I don't mind what we do, but I do want to find out why they're so far.
As much as I
away.
enjoy the idea of sinking your ship, I think
We don't
could
necessarily have to sink it
backfire
right
bad.
away. We don't necessarily sink it right away.
Just out of curiosity.
No, but we have to kill them all because otherwise they're going to report back for sure.
Did
So
we,
you
And
have to.
say what? That they didn't see anybody?
No. I mean, if we do attack them.
did we determine
We have to
whether or
bring it all
not someone
down.
on the ship has a?
Wait, do we even have?
Yes.
Wait,
Okay.
do we
You do
even
have a spy
someone
glass.
use it to
Mabrian
see if-
usually has it.
Mabrian, what? Could you see if you could actually see the people on the other ship? Like, tell us if they are military people or whether you think they're probably not military people? Yes.
You can give me a perception check. Raised at sea would apply.
Okay. Which one's that? Perception?
Wisdom.
Not the greatest.
Could I aid somehow?
You
Oh,
could
she got
do it
13 on the
instead.
die.
Like,
Yeah, I
she
look
can
through
just
telescope
hand
and
the
explain what I
telescope
see.
to you.
16 plus
It's funny. The people who have the backgrounds
21.
for that kind of stuff. Wow.
All right, yeah. You can see the ship has 2 cannons on it,
Okay. Yeah, 2 cannons.
one on either side.
One on either side.
The people on
I'm
board
assuming.
are dressed in the uniform of the Infernarchs, which is the name of the army of
Good
the
name,
Burning
guys.
Archipelago.
But do they look?
You have no idea the hell I went through trying to come up with a name for their empire,
Okay.
because I can't call them the Burning Legion, because that's World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
I can't call them the Fire Nation.
I mean, you could.
They are currently called the Kingdom of Fireshall.
Like, if you called them that, you just get a whole bunch of jokes. And it's like, everything was fine until they attack.
Fire Nation attack.
In this case, it's everything was fun until you guys started a war.
See, here's the other thing, guys. Just another thing I'm gonna say. If we attack them and take them down, we get to steal cannons.
We attack
but
them and
we
they
don't
fire
really
their
want-
cannons.
But do they have like their stamps on them?
I'm just saying. But I don't like
Let's-
you
let's
guys.
finish
You
the
know,
rest.
File those off.
you guys
hear the rest
can
of
make
this
your
conversation
decisions. Right? It's the decision's up to you guys. You already know my stance, so
Can we
I'm gonna
just
take myself out of the
casually
vote.
Sail past them
Yeah,
first?
that's fine. No, that's fine.
Can we casually sail past them and
Sure.
then like
They're not.
around?
Okay.
All right, but wait, were you finished your description or were you still going on there? It sounded like
They
you were
are
still going
they
on.
are wearing the military uniforms.
Yeah.
You got a 20.
Yeah.
So you actually do spot the captain himself. He looks like a sort of gentlemanly type,
Oh, he looks
Can I
nice.
take a look?
standing around in the back, ordering
See if I
people
really
around.
recognize them.
Yeah.
nice.
You could try the vision check there.
I hand you my spyglass.
Ex-rebel sergeant will fly over.
13, 22.
You can't make out his face well enough at this distance. You're not sure who that is. He's definitely a captain, certainly. He's in the uniform.
What are you doing around for?
We can vote.
Look, here's my idea to split the difference. We try to sail past them, but we're as unsubtle as possible. Like we put our captain right up against the deck there, and
No,
Like,
no, no.
hold his face against
No, no,
the-
no,
you
no.
hang
I,
his butt
no, no.
over
I
the
stand.
side.
I stand on the bow, and it's like I'm king of the world.
No, you see, we take
I'm
out
an
the
escaped fugitive.
we take out
Fuck
the
that empire.
flag that we made when he was drunk and gave an order to make a flag with his face on it.
But how much does it look like him? I forgot.
It's like a crayon drawing.
No. It's me, right? And then there's like like another flag on it of the burning archipelago or the.
Is it just
The Fire
an
Nation.
image of you?
The Fire
kicking
Nation.
The fire.
No, it's the Fire Nation emblem, and I'm just like,
Okay. Either way,
Let's
we
try
have to
that,
get
see
it,
what happens.
We have to get it close enough so they can't fire.
I actually posed for this flag.
Okay.
Like it was
Let's
essentially a
see.
painting, but I'm just like.
Well, behind or in front?
Okay, yeah, that's actually true. Get ourselves out of cannon range.
You guys, no,
It's currently sailing towards.
we
Oh, okay.
we can
But
just
that
casually
means
sail past. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
As long as it's pointed toward us, it can't shoot us.
What is
I just
sailing
wanted to
procedure?
unless they move the cannons.
Damn it.
What is
Which they
sailing
do.
procedure for hailing another ship?
Hailing, usually it's done with flags or lights at
Because
night
if we
via
know that
semaphore.
they're very, very far away from where they generally are, we could just have a bit of concern and be
No,
like,
I
hey,
just wanna
are you
sail
guys
No,
to
lost?
let's
them.
Do you
just
need help?
let's just sail.
Sail to them.
Let's just
first.
sail past casually, like
See what happens.
like
How
let's see what
close are
happens.
you sailing?
not aggressively close.
We're just staying course.
Close enough to get a better look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll prepare
I'm not going to be on
clearance.
deck.
Because that would be a little closer than most ships travel to each other on an open sea.
No,
The
we're
other
just
thing
gonna
is-
go straight the whole time, and if they happen to come close, we're like,
Well, the other thing is, you know some details about
we're like
people
one of those
there.
jerks who just doesn't do this while they're walking
We're
to avoid
playing
people.
chicken.
Just like, yeah.
So yeah, let's see what they
I'm
do.
also hiding below deck. Actually, no, I'm hiding in my quarters with my sword drawn. Just like,
Do you have like a table turned over, crossbow?
yeah.
Like the cabin boy comes in.
Actually, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Brought your sandwich, sir.
No, not cabin boy. It's my goblin guy. Just like,
I just wrecked my head.
He's just like at the
I
desk
forgot
doing
about him.
paperwork and just keeps looking up like.
no, yeah,
But you were
this-
in his office doing some paperwork when he came in and flipped the table over, and you're just
Standing there with your paper, like, the fuck are you doing?
This is my office.
fair. It's the only room with a desk.
No, it's
I have a
tactically,
desk. I need someplace
it's
to write my
tactically
memoirs.
defensible.
As you
You'd have to find public space.
As you continue
sleep in a
sailing
boat.
forward,
We all sleep in a boat.
the other ship actually starts hailing you and requesting to meet with you,
Oh, okay.
to dock and speak with you.
Sangamas, you can pretend to be the captain.
Yeah, I will pretend to be the most competent person on this ship.
Pretend to be. How's your charisma?
10.
Excuse me while I roll skullduggery for your crew to see if any of them screw up and point out that you're not the captain. That's a failure.
Yeah, well,
I got a luck point.
Burn it. Like slap one across the face.
I think Tendy's captain.
I hit the ball.
Nope. How do you make it worse? As the other ship comes into range.
She is the one who points out he is not the captain.
Yeah. Like, wait, what's going on? Why are you pretending to be the captain now?
Nope.
Oh my god.
How do you fuck it up?
No, you walk up with a piece, like, with your clipboard, and it clearly states across the clipboard, this is our captain.
There's a picture of you going, and you know, middle fingering. It's now your letterhead.
Beatrice just like cannot hide her disdain for like absolutely no
We're
respect.
so absorbed
I think
in
what
your
it is
paperwork. You look up and it's like,
as
what?
the ships pull along like broadside to each other, and you sort of lower a little gangway to come across, the captain of that ship actually comes over and hails and says, "Excuse me, may I speak with your captain? Where is he?" You say, "I'm the captain." You just look at him and go, "No, you're not." I mean, yes, that's right. He got promoted recently after the old one died
Yeah.
in that squid accident.
Do I actually get to make a better
And then
function?
Amber comes up and goes, "Have you guys seen the captain? I need him to sign something."
Is that really the best you could do?
Still time.
Am I still?
I'm saving this for the fight.
So I'm,
There might not be one.
I'm just gonna be in the cabin. Yep, with crossbow. We're ready.
All right.
Do I hear this going on?
Beatrice will.
I'm sorry, our captain
When-
is indisposed
Are you in the
with
cabin
coral
of the
fever.
crow's nest?
I charisma check on that one.
Her doctor.
No,
Why did they appoint you, the guy who's gonna lie?
I know, that's what I asked.
It's more fun.
The one guy who's got a terrible charisma
That's
score.
what I asked. I'm like, how's your charisma score, yo?
But you can add doctor to this, right?
I'm doing it based off like what's easy in terms of rolls. Okay.
I'm a doctor. Could I?
Can I lie?
You can apply I'm a doctor to it, yes. By giving somewhat technical sounding made up shit for coral fever.
Yeah.
So that
Which
only
is-
gives me an 8.
Yeah. It's just like, that's not a thing. Isn't that a venom from being bitten by that coral spider?
I think this is.
That's not even native to these waters.
This is where.
Were you transporting coral spiders?
This is where Beatrice comes in. She's like, I'm sorry, I'm the quartermaster. How can I help you?
Someone of the group of you that's talking to this guy can actually give me a wisdom check to try and figure out what he's about. That's not. Are you actually talking to him?
Wait, am I with them? Can I roll?
You got it.
No,
They're
he'd
close
be
enough
talking to
pull it
him.
up, so yeah.
This guy, it's a new person.
28.
Or,
Yeah.
Come on.
This guy seems nervous about something, which is probably the only reason, like, something else is weighing on his mind, which is probably the only reason you've gotten away with this shit so far.
okay. So, what's up?
We're terribly sorry.
The other thing that strikes you as very odd is no one else from his crew came over onto the ship. It's just him. That's really weird.
That's a
Consider he's the captain.
show of names.
Is everything alright?
Yes, perfectly all right. We're just making our way around to the Duckling Islands, doing a bit of scouting, as it were. We just appear to be a bit turned around, is all. I don't suppose you know the way?
Well, I tell him the wrong way.
Give me a bluff check.
That's a 9.
Direct him to Lockstar.
If they initiate a fight, I'm fine with this. I'm just like, let's do it.
I want to
That would
question
be
I want to
17.
question him too.
17?
Here's the thing: we kill all his crew and then keep him
No,
alive.
that would be like you give him some direction. He goes, no, that would be to Lockstock. We're not trying to go to Lockstock. We're trying to go to the Duckling Islands. It's
Oh,
a
sorry.
collection of smaller islands. It's supposed to be
Clearly
somewhere
we're
to the
incompetent.
west of here.
Before we fuck with him anymore, can we question the guy, please?
Yeah, okay.
No. We just kill everyone he knows, and then
Did something.
Any of you can give me an intelligence check.
Oh god.
Can I do a wisdom check?
To try and
I
know
actually
why
have-
the fuck they want to go to the Duckling
I
Islands.
crit.
Can I do raise that C?
Sure.
Yeah.
What is your total with crit?
23.
Unless I'm in back on supply,
22.
a career sailor, so over time, it's part of
Master of Wildlands would fly.
no, it'd be 27 because his level.
If well educated, if her
29.
knowledge of the Duckling Islands would help, then I got 20.
Oh, really? This is appropriately enough something the ranger would know.
Yeah.
The Duckling Islands have a lot of bats that inhabit caves around them.
Dire bats?
What you do know is that the Burning Archipelago does take up large quantities, does purchase bats, like dire bats, like the kind you have in your hold. They buy them. You're not sure why, but it might be that they're looking for more of them.
Oh, flying military.
No, actually. Out of character, I can tell you it's because bat guano is a component of gunpowder.
Really?
It's a source of
They
saltpeter.
need more poop machines.
It's one of saltpeter is the oxidizing agent.
They literally need more poop machines.
Yeah, they're looking for fresh poop mines.
Wouldn't I
This
know
is
that?
where Beatrice
No,
thought
you don't know the
speaks.
recipe for gunpowder.
Not
None of you do.
mentioned.
Oh, okay.
The back.
So no.
You might want
I just figured I would have
other
been there around the
people.
time they were
Yeah.
doing that kind of crap.
Okay, thought speak. Nobody mentioned the freaking bat.
Sell the bat.
No.
Yeah. Get a lot of lucre for that.
No.
God speak, this is really sketchy.
You don't say.
No, but he's acting more sketchy than someone that.
So, strange thing, they sent only the captain. That's a strange thing?
But the thing is, well, they sent somebody, whether he's the captain or not. We only have his word to
That's
say.
true.
No,
The thing
we could
is,
just take him hostage right now.
Are they raiding
yeah,
our
so
ship?
they can.
You're not sure. You're in the captain's quarters.
I'm assuming you guys are telling me this because it's part of the table speak.
I am.
Presumably, our crew is looking the
If
fuck
he's
out.
the only one on the ship,
their
as
skullduggery
can
check
sink
over
it.
here. Their skullduggery check over here begs to differ.
hey guys, if he's the only one on the ship, as far as you know,
They could sink
they
it.
could be coming up around
Yeah.
somewhere you might not be seeing. Just so you know.
It's only one ship.
But the crew could have been on like their dinghy
Beatrice
coming
will.
around for a
Ships do
sneak
have
attack.
rowboats.
Beatrice will.
Do I see them?
Is
or
there
are they
anybody?
just so-
You give me a wisdom check.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is there anybody who's not in Beatrice's conversation right now? Are you?
Navigation or
like a
I'm
I think I've talked to him a couple
their
times.
ship.
Okay.
15.
15? You don't see anyone sneaking up on
something
you.
happened to your
Because
navigator?
I want to go get Shanking Kopesh on the lookout.
It's not really that important. I mean,
Well,
he fell ill and passed away.
Is there any way we could get you to tell us what's going on?
Coral fever now.
No, like I just like.
Actually, fuck it. He says coral fever.
Ass.
With a slight, kind of fuck you kind of look. Like, none of your business.
Beatrice, sorry, but we are actually on a bit of a deadline here, so we're trying to keep good time. If all I believe I'm sure our navigator could point you in the right direction for those Duckling Islands, but we do need to be on our way. So perhaps you'd like to get back to your ship.
Wait, we have a navigator?
Yeah, she's downstairs. Wants to lead a tour?
Yeah, that'll be another bluff check.
No.
Because
What are
he's
you
right
guys trying
there.
to do?
Whatever.
I don't
I'll just-
I
understand.
think the situation may improve if we can get him away from the boat.
Board them.
No, I want to know.
Board
like,
them
is there
now.
any way we can?
I want to see how he responded to being asked to leave.
Poorly. This is.
I'm gathering.
He just says,
Is there anything
if
we
I
can?
leave,
How will I speak with your navigator?
Our navigator will give you the information. And
What happened to your navigator?
He's dead.
What happened?
You
to
already
him?
asked me that.
Oh,
he
did
got
I?
sick, and then he died.
Yeah, coral fever.
Oh.
Wink.
Yeah, coral fever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems to be a reoccurring problem.
We might be
It's
charging
like
you.
pentapox.
Can we
It's
charge
deadly.
him for time with our navigator?
You could try.
Okay.
That would be
You know
a
what? We
charisma
could just
check.
say the maps are downstairs.
Yeah.
If we board them,
Yeah,
we can
but-
have all their lucre.
All of you can give me a wisdom perception kind of check.
Here.
You spot an incoming attack.
Yeah. I got a 4.
I got
Shocker.
3.
Can I say do it through hearing and take a penalty?
21.
18.
21.
21? Alright, you actually see one of the guys up in the crow's nest of the other ship has taken out a crossbow and is pointing it in your general direction. You do anything about that?
Sure.
Well,
He's
What's
grabbing
that?
the captain.
yeah.
Alright. Give me some sort of
I'm gonna-
strength check,
I
I
am
guess?
gonna mention a thing though. Unless he's arming the crossbow, pointing it and firing it, different things, as happened in the 100. Just sort of saying.
Yeah.
But they saw a bunch of people hold weapons, so they're like, let's shoot them, and that started a fight, which would not have otherwise happened.
I mean,
Logic means
I don't
nothing in
think
this
he's
universe.
their captain.
I would be suspicious.
That is
if he
actually a
was their
very good
captain.
point,
He
yes.
was
I don't
probably
think
not
that's their captain.
We already.
He's
yeah,
already
you
covered
grab
that.
him and pull him up against yourself.
Yeah, just as
The
the bolt.
guy in the crow's nest fires.
Yeah.
The bolt hits where the captain was standing right until you moved him.
Ah,
That
So-
crewman just tried to kill his captain.
I want to play it off as it
At
has
which
saved him.
point, the other members of that crew start drawing weapons and start swinging across onto your ship.
Can I play this
I
off as
think
it has
they
saved
don't
the
like
guy?
you.
Yeah, you could easily play that off.
This guy was obviously a hostage. We have to protect him. You might be the
So,
last remaining
You
member
guys
of
can roll me initiative.
Yeah.
Initiative
One of you crewmen,
bonus
take this
for one person.
Actually, we have like 15 minutes left of the session.
Dang it!
Can we keep the initiatives we just rolled? I got a
keep
17
going?
on the die.
Does anyone
I'm
have
not
work?
going to remember.
Yeah, we're gonna
that.
forget
Oh.
those.
Do we have work?
I do have work, unfortunately.
I also got 17 on the die.
Oh, that's too bad.
So next time we'll begin with
Combat, yay!
combat.
I'm happy though because I now have 6 level 3 spells, which makes me slightly more useful.
If I go first on the initiative, does that mean I get a surprise?
Not really.
Oh.